Hey everyone, Nick Miltimore just checking in here from the Brainerd Lakes area, giving you a fresh fishing report for this week. It's August 6th. The fishing has been really good. The walleye bite's been going strong despite being August and some unstable weather moving through the Brainerd Lakes area here the last few days. We're still finding those walleyes. I'm targeting two different schools of fish. I'm finding fish on the edges of big sand flats and wind-blown sand flats. Fish in the wind, follow that wind. It seems to make a big difference in where those fish are at each day. I'm targeting these fish from 12 to 14 feet of water. I'm using leeches, and I'm using two different techniques. I'm either using a slip float, and I like to rig my slip floats monofilament line, a weighted bobber. I run an 1/8 ounce weight on the main line, swiveled with fluorocarbon leader, and I use a 16th ounce jig head. I'm targeting them that way, or I am also live bait rigging a leech, and when I live bait rig a leech, I like to add a roach rig float in front of the hook. That's how I'm targeting these shallow fish on the edges of these sand flats in that 12 to 14 feet of water. Windy days seem to be the best for these shallow fish. If it's not windy, you're getting calm conditions, cold front conditions. Then I'm targeting the deeper fish on the edges of humps, on the deep weed lines, or off of where those shallow fish are, just slid down the break line a little further. 18 to 25 feet is where I'm targeting these fish. And I'm using a couple different techniques again. I'm using a 1/8 ounce jig head and a fat head on it and pitching it at those weed lines. Or I am using a Rapala jigging wrap if I'm fishing away from the weeds around the edges of humps or deep enough where there's no weeds. Rapala jigging wrap in size 7s or 9s. Or again, I'm Lindy rigging, live bait rigging a creek chub or a red tail on these deep fish. And that seems to be working on the fish down to that 18 to 25 feet. A couple different patterns going on that you can play with here depending on the weather conditions. Change your bite, change your technique as the weather changes and day in and day out. That's what we're doing here in the Brainerd Lakes area. I think it's going to continue through August and hopefully only get better. So have a good one.